Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you all grade 9 students? Hope you are all okay. Our lesson today is Module 3, Lesson A, Students Book, page 30 and 31. Today we are going to deal with reading, tasks C and D, vocabulary and speak. To start with, let's have a look at our learning objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to 1. Decide whether each of the 7 sentences is true or false after listening to 4 dialogues. 2. Identify the statement that summarizes Andy's opinion about Chinese food. 3. Guess the meaning of unknown words related to food from available clues. And 4. Express their opinions about the different kinds of food shown in the pictures. Let's get started. Could you please open your student's book, page 30. This is a while reading task. Now, read the dialogues carefully, then scan them and write T for true or F for false. So what you are going to do is to read it quickly for specific information that may help you decide whether each of these sentences is true or false. Before that, could you please pause the video and do the task? Go on. First, let me remind you of the 4 dialogues. Could you please listen?
Module 3. Something new. 3A. 1. Read. A.
I'm going to the Noodle House with a few friends tonight. Would you like to join us?
The Noodle House?
Yes, and don't worry about the money. It's my treat.
It's not that. I'm just not sure about Chinese food.
Oh, come on, Andy. You really should try it. What do you have to lose?
But I don't like it.
How do you know that? You've never tasted it. So, what do you say? I don't have much time, Andy. I need to book a table.
Okay, just this once.
B.
Noodle House, how may I help you?
I'd like to reserve a table for this evening.
For how many people?
5.
We don't have many tables available tonight. Could you be here at 7 p.m?
Sure, that's fine.
All right. May I have your name, sir?
My name's Brian Hughes.
Okay, Mr. Hughes, thank you.
C.
Are you ready to order?
I had a look at the menu, but I'm confused. I have very little knowledge of Chinese food. What do you recommend?
Well, few people can resist our Peking duck.
Does it contain any nuts? I'm allergic to them.
Don't worry, it has no nuts. It's crispy duck with jiang. That's a sweet bean sauce.
So it isn't hot. I don't particularly like spicy food, you see.
Nope, don't worry.
I'll have that then.
Certainly.
D.
So, how was your duck?
It was delicious. And it came with some pancakes, so it was similar to eating Mexican fajitas. And that sauce was nice and sweet. I liked it a lot.
I see that you finished it all. Was it worth coming?
Yep, and the service was excellent. I'm definitely coming back to this restaurant to try other dishes.
I'm glad to hear it.
It's time to check your answers now. The first sentence. This is the first time Andy has had Chinese food. Do you think the sentence is true or false? Excellent, it's true. Now, could you please tell me the sentence which expresses that? Very good. It's when Andy said, but I don't like it. Brian replied saying, how do you know that? You've never tasted it. So what do you say? Sentence number 2. Brian is paying for Andy's meal. Is this sentence true or false? Excellent, it's true. Now, could you please tell me the sentence which tells us that? Very good. It's when Brian said, yes, and don't worry about the money. It's my treat. It's my treat means I'll pay for it. Sentence number 3. Brian booked the table for 7 p.m. What do you think? Is this sentence true or false? Very good. It's true. Now, could you please tell me how we know that? Very good. it's when the host said, we don't have many tables available tonight. Could you be here at 7 p.m.? Brian replied saying, sure, that's fine. Now, sentence number 4. Brian went to the restaurant with 4 friends. What do you think? Is the sentence true or false? Excellent. It's true. Now, could you please tell me the sentence which expresses that? Excellent. It's when Brian said, I'd like to reserve a table for this evening. The host asked for how many people. Brian answered 5. Now, sentence number 5. Andy doesn't usually eat spicy food. What do you think? Is the sentence true or false? Very good. It's true. Now, which sentence expresses that? Excellent. When Andy said, so it's not hot. I don't particularly like spicy food. You see. Sentence number 6 now. Andy didn't really enjoy his meal. What do you think? Is it true or false? Excellent, it's false. Now, could you please tell me how we know that? Very good. It's when Brian said, so how was your duck? Andy replied saying it was delicious. So he enjoyed it. The last sentence, Andy left some of his food on his plate. What do you think? Is it true or false? Excellent, it's false. Now, could you please tell me the sentence which refers to that? Excellent. When Brian said, I see that you finished it all. Was it worth coming? Well done, students. Let's move on to the post-reading task. It's a question that says, read the dialogues again, which with the following summarizes Andy's opinion about Chinese food. A. He didn't change his mind about it. B. He changed his mind about it in the end. C. He prefers Mexican food. Now, could you please pause the video and try to find the answer for this question? Okay, now what do you think? Excellent, it's B. He changed his mind about it in the end. Could you please tell me the sentence which refers to that? Great. When Andy said, yup, and the service was excellent. I'm definitely coming back to this restaurant to try other dishes. Well done, students. Again, Students' Book, page 30, a post-reading task. Here we are going to discuss these questions. Over to you. Have you ever had Peking duck? If yes, what do you think of it? If not, would you like to try it? Question number 2. Have you ever ordered something at a restaurant that you didn't like? What did you do? Now, what I want you to do is to pause the video and try to discuss these 2 questions. Go ahead. Now you can have a look at this suggested answer. Read it. Now, our journey to start to learn new things is about to start. Get ready, please. Could you please open your Students' Book, page 31. Vocabulary and speak. Read the sentences below. Can you guess what the words in bold mean? Now we are going to read some sentences with some words in bold. What we are going to do is try to guess what each word means. Now let's read the first one. Dark chocolate has a bitter taste. Milk chocolate contains sugar and milk and is sweet. Let's start with the first one. Bitter. What do you think bitter means? Now could you please look at this picture? This is an Indian plant. Have you ever tried it? It has a bitter taste. What do you think bitter means? Bitter means having a strong and pleasant taste. It's not sweet. The opposite of sweet. Now, could you please look at this picture? Have you ever tried this candy? What taste does it have? It has a sweet taste. What do you think sweet means? Excellent. Sweet means containing or tasting as if it contains a lot of sugar. Well done, students. The second sentence. The chips were disgusting. They were too greasy. I like my chips nice and crispy, without too much oil. Now let's start with the word disgusting. Look at this picture. Have you ever tried this meal? What do you think of it? Many people think this meal is disgusting. What do you think disgusting means? Excellent. It means extremely unpleasant. Now let's move on to the second word, greasy. What do you think greasy means? Look at this picture. What do you think greasy means? Very good. It means cooked with too much oil. And the third word is crispy. Look at this picture. These pieces of chicken are crispy. What do you think crispy means? Very good. Pleasantly hard and dry. And now sentence number 3. For a starter, I ordered mushroom soup. It was nice and creamy. Then for the main course, I had a delicious, juicy steak with vegetables. Now, let's see what the word creamy means. Look at this picture. This meal is creamy. What do you think creamy means? Excellent. It means thick and smooth like cream. Now, look at the word juicy. Look at this picture. This orange is juicy. Oranges are juicy. What do you think juicy means? Great. Juicy means containing a lot of juice. Now sentence number 4. The sauce is bland, totally tasteless. I'd like it to be spicy. Now let's start with the word bland. Look at this picture. These pieces of biscuits. Do you think they have strong flavor? What do you think bland means? Good. Bland means without a strong or interesting flavor. Now what about the word tasteless? Let's look at this picture. The water. Does water have a taste? No. So it's tasteless. What do you think tasteless means? Great. Having little or no flavor. The last word is spicy. Look at this meal. What do you think spicy means? Great. Spicy having strong taste because of spices. Sentence number 5. At the end of our meal, they brought some mouth-watering cakes. I just couldn't resist. I ate 3. Now look at this sentence. What do you think mouth-watering means? When someone says that he couldn't resist, he ate all of the meal. This means that the meal was mouth-watering. Now look at this picture. This meal is mouth-watering. What do you think mouth-watering means? Excellent. It means food looking or smelling good that you can't wait to eat it. It's very delicious. Number 6. Add fresh vegetables to the soup. Oh, and make sure that you don't make it too salty this time. Now let's start with the word fresh. What do you think fresh means? Look at this picture. This picture contains fresh vegetables. What do you think fresh means? Excellent. It means recently picked or produced, not frozen. Now the second word, salty. Look at this pistachio. Pistachio is salty. What do you think salty means? Very good. Containing or tasting of salt. Let's go now to workbook page 26. What we are going to do now is to complete this task by choosing the correct vocabulary items. Choose the correct word. Just circle it. Could you please pause the video and do the task? Please check your answers now. And now let's move on to our next activity, Speak Sentence Book, page 31b. Talk in small groups. What do you think about the food in the pictures? Here we have 4 pictures for different kinds of food: chicken biryani, pizza, cake, and yogurt. Let's read these examples. That cake looks delicious and the whipped cream looks very fresh. I don't like whipped cream very much. It's usually too sweet for me. Now it's your turn to think and express your opinions about these different kinds of food. Pause the video and do the task, please. Go ahead. Here we have some suggested answers for the kinds of food which we have just seen: the cake, the chicken biryani, pizza, and the yogurt. Could you please read them? This is the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. See you later.